My name's Luke here with Hamilton RV. I'll be doing a demo of the 269 FK Sunset Trail. Starting here, the wheel bearing should be repacked every 2 years or 10,000 miles, whichever comes first. Down. This is for your stabilizing jacks. Extend, retract. So basically these are only meant for stability, they're not meant to level with. So when you back into your campsite, you're going to use your wheels for your side-to-side leveling by laying blocking down on whatever side is low and backing onto that blocking. Once you get your side-to-side level achieved, you're going to use your tongue jack in the front to get your front to back level. Once that's set, then you'll put these stabilizing jacks down just to stabilize your camper from rocking and shaking. This here is going to be the Key TV. Like your main cable satellite hookups. You should get on your roof 3 times a season to inspect anything that comes through that roof. You got what's called Dicor. You want to use that around. So basically, as you travel, this thing's rocking, flexing. The sun's going to dry that sealant out up there, and eventually it'll crack. Once that happens, clean it with an all-purpose cleaner, let it dry good, and then reapply that Dicor product right back over top of the old stuff. It'll self-level and fill them holes and voids in. It's also pre-wired for the Furrion backup camera. That's what that housing there is for. So it's an observation camera you can install. Nice thing with them is they actually can stay on as you travel down the road, so it you can see what's going on behind you. The other cool thing with that is it has audio on it, so when you're backing into your campsite, somebody can talk to you through the camera and guide you into your site without screaming and yelling back and forth through the park. You also can get side mount cameras once you get the backup, the main, backup camera. You can get the side mount cameras that'll hook into that, so you can see on the sides of you when you travel down the road as well, which is kind of a cool feature. This unit has a 30 amp power supply. It's right back here in the back corner of the camper. They normally come with 25 to 30 foot cords. I always recommend at least a 25 foot extension. Can't go wrong being able to plug them in. I would also recommend an RV surge protector, and there's a lot of different models. We can discuss if that's something you guys are interested in. It's definitely something I'd recommend though. Slide outs, you got rubber bulb seal and sweep seal. I do recommend a spray and conditioner. It's going to clean, condition, and put a UV protection on them seals, stop them from drying out and cracking. Slide covers are something else I like to recommend. They keep all that debris off the roof. Anytime you go to close these, you're supposed to get up there and sweep the roofs off just to make sure there's no sticks, leaves, nuts, any of that stuff going through, tearing these seals. Slide covers are nice because whatever falls on there when you run the room in, it rolls it right off the roof. They go in and out with the slide room, so there's no getting up there and sweeping anything off afterwards. Not to mention water and stuff, it helps shed that stuff as well. And it gives it some place to run off instead of letting it pond up there. Power cord's right here. And then you got this blue curly hose is going to go in the spray port up front. We'll kind of get to that here when we get up there. This is going to be for the opposite side of, this is for your stabilizing jacks to manually crank them in. I'll show you when we get to the front here when we get to the jack. So this is going to be for the tongue jack, the manual crank on that. Tank, you got a black tank back here, all by itself, right there. The way them work, I believe this has the tank flush. Let's take a look quick. It does. So, with that said, this here is a tank flush valve. This one right here in the corner. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to take your sewer hose, you're going to hook it up onto that the black tank here. And I always recommend a clear fitting on that sewer hose. You are going to dump the tank and just let it empty. Once it's empty, you're going to take the hose at the dump station that's there to rinse everything out. You're going to hook it up to that tank flush port. Turn on the water and let that run until you got clean water coming through that sewer hose. You got a sprayer inside the black tank that sprays and rinses the waste out of the tank. Once that's done, then you take it over and hook it to the front. You got another dump up there with 2 gray valves. And then you'll dump your gray tanks at the end. See, they're labeled up here, 2 grays. Boom. This quick quick drain here is going to be your fresh water drain. Right there. And then on the end, see that round rod right there? That crank handle will go right on that, and that's how you're going to manually crank them jacks up and down if you ever have an issue. City water port here. They offer water on site. You're going to hook into that, and I always recommend a water pressure regulator. It's going to regulate that water pressure coming in your camper so you don't exceed the 50 pounds of water pressure you're rated for. And above that is your freshwater fill. So if you're going to rustic camp, you'll fill that tank, run off your on-demand pump. You know, and that's going to, you'll basically run off your pump to, you know, just like you would if you were at home. You pump, they're on demand, so they'll kick on and off as needed. It's going to run until it hits the 50 pounds of pressure, shut itself off, and then every time you turn on the faucet, it'll turn back on to maintain that pressure. Up front, battery disconnect switch. That's what that guy right there is. That's a disconnect for the battery. Basically what will happen is if this sits on, or the battery on for too long, what's going to happen is your camper's going to drain your battery on you. So basically that'll disconnect the battery from the coach so your camper can't drain your battery dead. When you're going to park it between camping trips, or it's going to sit for a little bit and you're not going to use it, I would definitely make sure I disconnect it. Regulator on the propane is up here. This is your switch from tank to tank. These are auto switch, and all that means is that both tanks are wide open. It's going to draw from whatever tank it's pointing at first. Once this tank empties, it'll automatically start pulling off the other tank. The dilemma with that is you don't know when you're running out of propane. When you're out, you're out. Tongue jack, this rubber cap will come out. You can manually crank it with that small crank handle I showed you in the back there. Docking light in the front, up and down. Water heater, this is a gas electric water heater. Drain cap. This goes on down there. See the pipe coming out right here? This cap will get threaded on there. 1 1/16 socket fits that. Pressure relief valve here. This will relieve the pressure from the system before you pull that drain plug off. I don't recommend leaving water sit in that tank for too long. If it sits there for too long, it'll get stagnant, stale, it'll start to stink. So make sure you drain the water. Front stabilizing jack switch is right there. Furnace vent, that does get hot when it's running, so just keep that in mind. You can put table chairs, that kind of stuff up there. Fire extinguishers to the right of the door. So we come in here, monitor panel, battery button. When you push this, it indicates your battery condition. Tanks are going to register empty to full. Awning lights, water pump, gas, the electric side of your water heater here. You can run both at the same time as well. It's going to heat up. It just speeds up the recovery time on the water from getting hot. You know, gas takes about a half hour, about an hour, and electric, you run them both together, it's about 15 minutes to get hot water. Tank heater means you got a 12-volt pad on the bottom of the tank, of your water tanks underneath. It keeps them from freezing up. And then you got light switches. I believe this is going to be for, like, under the bed or something. There's a blue light. Pet station or something on this, I think. Not sure, I'd have to find it. And then you got your awning, and then your slide switches here. Radio, you got a power button here in the middle, AM, FM. Zones A and B is going to be inside and outside. Other than that, it's Bluetooth, all that good stuff. This is going to be for the Winegard. I want to say it's internet booster, Wi-Fi booster, or whatever. I think you got to pay for that. That's something you're going to want to talk to your salesman about, though, because they're going to have more information on how that functions exactly. We'll go this way first. Refrigerator, this is a 12-volt fridge. So, power button here, you're going to push and hold it. It takes about 5 seconds. Boom, fridge comes on. Right here is showing you up or down and up for the temp. This is going to be your freezer, fridge, and then the next one over is going to be the night mode. So basically what that does is shut the compressor down so that it doesn't run and kill your batteries quickly. Push and hold it to shut it off. And again, these refrigerators are fairly new with the system. That'll, I don't know a whole lot about them. I know they cool down faster than the conventional refrigerator, but I also know that they use the battery up a lot quicker. You get about a day off the battery if you're going to rust at camp. I definitely recommend going a couple 6-volt batteries on there. Stove top, you got a sparker for the burners and your pilot light on your oven burners, and then the 3 in the middle are the burners, and then the pilot's on the end. You flip it to this spot right here, the flame. You're going to push this knob in and hold it, and then you're going to spark that sparker over there. Once it's lit, you can hold this for, I don't know, 5 seconds or so. Once it's lit, you can let off. It should stay lit and adjust it to whatever temp you were shooting for. Lights, breaker box, fuses, all that stuff's in there. You do got roof vent here, one in the bathroom, and then I think there's one in the bedroom here, and then there's another one in the bathroom. And all these I would recommend, one more there, I would recommend the Max air covers on them. Basically what that does is it allows you to leave that vent open all the time so that you can get airflow in your camper. Think of this like a house. Your house has roof vents in the attic of your house to vent the heat and moisture out. That'll do the same thing for your RV, so it's definitely something I really recommend. Nice thing with them is you can leave your vents open all the time. You don't have to worry for travel, for nothing. I mean, they're safe. There ain't nothing getting in them. They're louvered, so again, so nothing will come in the rain or nothing, so you'll be all set. Bathroom's a bathroom. Shower, travel locks on the shower against the wall. That stops your doors from banging when you travel. Toilet, you got a foot pedal on it down here. Push it down a little bit. Hold on, we're stuck. Push it down a little bit. It puts water in the bowl. You push it all the way. It dumps right out. Carbon monoxide LP detector down there. That's another big cause of a dead battery on the camper. That just runs until it drains out that battery until there ain't nothing more. So you just hit this mode. We're off. It shows it's 72 degrees in here. You hit the button again. That's your fan low, fan high, cool low, cool low auto high, and then back to heat. And this will adjust your temperature for all that, and then back off. And with no 110 power, the air conditioning stuff wasn't going to turn on for me. Bedroom's a bedroom. Storage under the bed, and again, that vent in here. I can't stress enough how important them vent covers are, and people sometimes don't add. Something I just really recommend you did. So, by going over all that, now I need a couple papers to go over. First things first, everybody gets 10% off parts. Gerd, just present this to them at parts to give you 10% off whatever you purchase. Second off, our phone number on top on this sheet. This is more or less so you guys got this information, right? This is on your camper, this camper here. Our number, again, if you got any questions, concerns, give me a call at that number. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. You can ask for me, you can ask for anybody in service for that matter. We could do our best to answer questions over the phone. Tire torque, tire pressure. This has how many valves and where everything's located, what tanks drain into what. And then on the back, I always draw out, some are set up for the valves on the water heater, and yours are they look a little different. It's like a loop on yours. Same concept though, the way the handle is pointing on the valve is the way it's open, okay? So this is pointing towards the water heater, which means that it's open to that water heater. Water comes out up top. Cold on the bottom, hot comes out up top. If you're winterizing, it's just the opposite. It's going to bypass that and makes it go through the system, right? By doing that, 2 gallons of RV antifreeze for winterization. Lastly, we have our virtual demo option page. This kind of gives you a price list of what some of this stuff calls. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV, our phone number. And again, and these prices fluctuate so much right now due to COVID, so everything's up and down. So if you're interested in something, just give me a call and I can give you the actual quote of what it would cost to purchase. Slide toppers, again, they're sold in 6-inch increments. You got to give me a call. I get a measurement. I can kind of give you an idea of what they're going to cost to have installed. Vent covers, I would do Max Air 1s on this. They'd be sufficient. Max Air 2s allow more airflow and they're hinged so you can pull the pins out. They're a little bit more though. I mean, that's up to you. But smoke is what you would want because, well, I would. It match the roof. The white ones are cheaper though. Surge protection. This is hardwire surge protection. You can get plug-in stuff as well. And I would definitely recommend doing the hardwire with a monitor because the monitor is what's going to tell you what's going on when you do have some kind of a surge. It tells you on that display what's going on. Where the plug-in style, I mean, there's a few different models that we offer here. There's some real basic ones that are just high voltage, and then there's a full protection, and then this one here is a full protection as well that you're reading on. This one here, the monitor tells you the voltage you're using, how many amps you're drawing. I mean, the whole 9 yards, so you have an idea where you're at on power. Tongue jacks, bike racks, all that stuff. Lend hands, I think you got most of it. Paint and fabric protection. So, basically, on the outside of your camper, they spray a ceramic coating on there that is going to protect you from any kind of paint fade. Makes washing the trailer easier. Your awning gets a treatment as well. As protected from any kind of sun damage. Definitely something. It makes washing way easier because like the black streaks won't stick. And it makes them look newer longer. You treat that with that. 5 years from now, you bring the same trailer up that wasn't treated and one that was, and they're noticeably different on which ones you could tell one got done and one didn't. And on the inside, any vinyl, carpet, any fabric, carpet, vinyl is treated inside, or leather for that matter. And you get a 5-year warranty from any kind of rips, tears, stains, or burns on the inside on any of that stuff. So basically, carpet, fabric, vinyl, that stuff inside gets treated. So if you got kids or pets that go, it's nice because it does give you that warranty. So if the pet jumps up on the couch and poked the claws in it, well, now your couch got holes in it, you can get it replaced. So it's kind of a nice feature. And the last thing I talk about is our extended service contract. Now, the extended service contract, I highly recommend to anybody buying a camper. They call it a 7-year warranty. So basically how it works, you get a 1-year manufacturer warranty with this trailer regardless. So you got 1 year under a warranty. If you purchase the extended service, they call it 7-year, but technically you're buying 6 additional years. So for a total of 7 years, you're under a warranty, but the first year will be taken up by your manufacturer warranty. So you bought 6 additional years of coverage is what happens. Covers all the major mechanical parts of your camper. Your furnace, fridge, air conditioning, water heater, water pump, LP system, water lines, fittings, tanks, slide motors, mechanisms. I believe there's parts and suspension, parts and hubs. I mean, anything major, anything mechanical on your camper would be covered under that warranty. And the cool thing with it is it's prorated. So in 3 years you decide you don't want it, you get 4 years worth of warranty money you can get back. So which is kind of cool. The other cool thing with it is it covers a mobile service. So if you're, say, more than 50 miles from Hamilton RV and your slide won't come in or won't go out, whatever the case may be, you call it mobile guy up, he can come out and service your camper for you. You got to pay a deductible. It's like $200, I think. And then, whatever parts labor after that's covered underneath that extended. So you would pay your deductible and that would be it. So that's kind of a cool thing as well. Definitely something I like to recommend though. 7 years under warranty, especially traveling down the road with a camper. It's like a house on wheels. So again, it's something I just really recommend. I think it's a great idea. And not to mention the price of parts and labor. Our labor rate right now is $155 an hour, and I know it's only been going up. So just so you know, and parts are expensive. Your refrigerator is probably about $2,600 to buy that fridge new again. So I mean. You start adding that up, slide motors, are $600 to $1,000 a piece. The cable setups on this are pretty pricey. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So all that would be covered under there. So it's definitely something I would recommend. Again, my name's Luke here at Hamilton RV. If you guys have any questions, please give me a call at 989-752-6262. Again, congratulations on your purchase, guys, and you guys have a wonderful day.